Gemini 3, the Garden of the Tuileries. Forgive me, French-speaking people, for that mispronunciation. I should think it's mispronounced. This was in the Renaissance period, 500 years ago, in Paris, an aristocratic palace-like garden. And the principle that we're studying here is that principle of luxury, of the aristocracy, and the people who are very much richer than the others. And this is a cause for a lot of upset in our world, the haves and the have-nots. And it seems on the face of it to be unfair that we should all share the same wealth. It's irrelevant whether it's fair or not, actually. We're not living in a world which is governed by justice. It's an aspiration that we have, and the aspiration is lovely. But it's not realistic, because half of us, we're animals. The other half is angelic. The other half wants everything to be lovely for everyone. But the half that makes us animal-like, we'll never let everyone share equally with our wealth. We just won't. It's absurd to think that we would, I think. And what we're studying here is that the aristocracy of our own being is an inner quality. Now, it's reflected out in the world, and what we see when we see kings and queens and rich people and palaces and all of that, we just see something reflected out there which is actually present within ourselves. And the task is for us to feel good about that, to feel good about the fact that we have our own sense of aristocracy, and not worry too much about what somebody else's sense of aristocracy is. It's only important to us when we can perceive it. So if you don't want to see aristocratic people living luxuriously, well then don't look. Why would you get yourself all riled up about something that doesn't concern you? What concerns you is here and now. Have you got enough to eat? Are you happy where you sleep at night? Are you free from the threat of violence? You know, that's wealth. That's extraordinary wealth. Better than most people in the world. So, enjoy that. And here it is, we have the secret. If you enjoy what you have fully, and you want nothing more than what you've got, then you're rich. You're as rich as anyone can be. Who's the richer person? A millionaire that wants to be a billionaire and is really frustrated because he's not? Or a humble carpenter that always eats the food he wants to eat and enjoys it, is free of stress, goes for walks in nature? Who's the wealthier person? It's an attitude of mind. And this is what we're discussing here, your attitude of mind. Because the principle is that the world, the earth plane, the physical world that we live in, has a particular role on esoteric planes, and its role is to make known to us that which is within, to make it really obvious in physical terms, incontrovertible facts of the matter, in your face. What's the truth of what's going on within you? If we didn't have the truthful reflection in the material world of what's going on within us, we wouldn't know, we couldn't know. So even though there is injustice in the world, we want it that way. Even though there is violence in the world, we want it that way. We don't want the world to be fair and peaceful. What we do want, presumably, is for humanity to be fair and peaceful. And then the world will become fair and peaceful. But it's not, because humanity is not. And first, me, then my family and friends, and then I don't really care very much. The world will not be a comfortable, fair and peaceful place in my lifetime. It really won't. So to hope for something that just cannot happen is absurd. You're just wasting your time. What you have to do is to work out how to make your own life the real bit that you actually experience here and now, to make that worthy of your highest aspirations. Anything else, anything other than that, is just a mind game. The animal part of us requires the exaltation of success in order to motivate us. Without any incentive, any reward to improve, why would we? Why would we actually want to go forward? This is what went wrong with communism. There was no incentive, and they just became economically defunct and lost the Cold War because of it. It doesn't work. So the animal kingdom shows us that those animals which are richer and brighter and bigger and stronger and obviously better than the runts in the litter, these successful ones, they get the girl. They're the ones that actually breed. It's within the animal kingdom that success begets success, and if you can't make it, then you die off. And however upset you might want to get about that, actually that's the truth. That's the truth of the matter, and it applies to you. If you actually want there to be something in the world and you can't have it happen because you just don't have the vision, you just don't have the power or clarity, well then stop thinking about it. Think about what you can make happen. Make happen what you can do, and make it happen very well indeed. If you happen to be a street sweeper with very little surplus income at the end of the week, then be the best street sweeper you can be, and save a few cents at the end of the week. Never spend all that you earn, however little you earn. Never spend it all. Never borrow to spend more than you earn. To get yourself out of a temporary problem, yeah, but not as a way of life. It's just silly. If you think about it, it's just silly. And there is no compassion from life itself. Life is really ruthless, and it treats silly people the way they should be treated. It slaps them in the face and says, don't be silly. This is how it works. And how it works is that the animals that are better than the others, by whatever definition works in practice, they get everything. They get the girl, they get the wealth, they get to breed and create the future. That's the truth of it. So we have to come to terms with that and not wistfully wish for something to be different from how it actually is. Notwithstanding the unfairness, the apparent unfairness, which is actually an illusion, it is fair that the aristocrats have got more money than us. And the reason is because they have duties that the rest of us don't have to perform. For example, they have to take care of the land. They're stewards for the land. Most of us couldn't do that. For example, they uphold a tradition. They hold on to the past. Most of us couldn't do that. They have a way of interacting such that they preserve authority, actually. They can act with an authority. They can command authority in a way which we could not. And these things are not trivial. Caring for the land, that's really very important indeed. And you don't get many aristocratic estates badly looked after. You really don't. They take care of their land. Holding the position of authority, well, actually, we do need leaders, especially when we go into confusing times. It becomes very dangerous indeed if there is no leader in confusing times. And even a tyrant is kind of better than absolute chaos. That's how it is. We need leaders, and these people can lead at a level that we cannot manage. We just don't have the training or the confidence or the sense of divine right of rulership. And that's what works. Even in families that are, countries which are reportedly democratic, such as America, certain families frequently take positions of power. There's this huge elite ruling countries which are said to be democratic. It is a chain of command almost from family to family and from friend to friend, as it has always been. What we know is that a community can only exist if there is a stable process, a system where rewards attend to input. If you work hard and you do it properly, you get better off. That's how our community is structured. Our community rewards those people who are responsible and hardworking and they're professional and they do what other people would not do. They're rewarded. They live better than the rest of us. And they should be. That's what maintains the stability of the system and also the energy to motivate it. Now, all of this is not a political statement. This is not me arguing in favour of right-wing politics, although it might sound like it. Nietzsche did the same thing, was accused of that as well. But it's not to do with that. It's just a realistic observation of what works.